doing the more aggressive stuff. And then after tea, we're going to do a long stretch. Are we live now? Okay, welcome to anybody watching the live stream, and we're just going to warm up to start with and then do a little bit of striking with the hands. And we're broadcasting from the Kung Fu retreat in the northwest of Thailand. Okay, join in. There we go. A little bit of jogging to warm up. And sprint. And relax again. Bouncing. And swing the arms forwards and back. In and out. And twist. Loosen up the spine. Now side to side. Loosening the spine and the shoulders. And forwards and back. And now rolling around. And the other way. And shaking, dog shaking water off its back. And now the standing version. And relax. Okay. Kyle, Ricardo, Dimitri, you make a 3, Priska and Tuba make a pair, and take focus mitts, take the focus mitts. And we're going to start off by practicing the palm strike, straight palm strike. This way. Okay, key points. Sink down on your stance. Start the movement with the legs. Start with the legs. Then the waist, plenty of waist movement. And then extend the hand. But the whole body has to work together. working together, bringing energy up from the feet to the hands. Okay. You can hold up 2 pads. Let the guys use those. Let's do it. So Ricardo, relax your shoulder. Keep it loose as you strike. Concentrate all the force at the hand. Not kind of skimming over the pad. Should come straight out, straight back. Yeah. And while we're on it, listen guys, we don't leave the hand there. Yeah. Just bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah. Okay, off you go. Yeah. Point the pad at where it's coming. Yeah. That's better. Yeah. Okay, change it around now. Let Priska have a go. Okay, hold on a second. So, these strikes should be coming out in a straight line. Straight line. Kind of coming round. Not really. Not for this one. We want to kind of fast, sudden strike. Straight down the middle. Yeah. Change hands, guys. Oh, you just changed. Okay. intention, hit it like you really mean to hit it. Yeah, like you really mean it. Go on. Go on.
This way.
Because this,
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. Just hold the other hand, yeah. Yeah, there. Yeah. Okay, hold the pad like that so that your forearm is fairly vertical. You can let it move with the blow, so you don't have to fight back. Yeah. 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 That's good. Yeah. Okay, guys, and relax. Yeah, relax. Let me see. So, I'm going to give a bit of explanation, background on the palm strikes. Palm strike is a lot more professional than a punch to the head. Generally, military, law enforcement, they always train use of the palm, not a punch. And the reason for that is that fists break when they hit heads. So, if you hit a head with a bare fist, there's a good likelihood of your fist breaking. Yeah. I've broken that bone there over a guy's head. A lot of the kind of high-level bare knuckle boxers end up with no functional knuckles. All the knuckles get destroyed. If you're wearing gloves, that's the point. The function of the glove is to prevent the fist breaking. But in a real fight, you won't be wearing gloves. You know, when it kicks off on the street, in the bar or whatever, you won't have gloves on. So you need techniques that work when you're not wearing gloves. Palm strike delivered straight into the face causes a lot of damage. Yeah. That'll crush your nose. Get it on the jaw, you can knock someone out. But the easiest target is just to go straight for the nose, straight in the middle of the face. Yeah. And it's got to be fast. Yeah. So this straight line movement is good. If he sees it coming, he's going to duck out of the way. If you see that coming, yeah, you just get out of the way. So you've got to get him fast before he can react. Yeah. It's very effective. Yeah, don't let anybody tell you that you can't hammer people with your palm, because you can, and you won't break your fist. You got any questions on that? Okay. Yeah.
So it's like a palm strike or?
Here, this hard part at the base of the palm. Yeah, deliver it with the hard part at the base of the palm. We'll have a little kind of practical go at it. I want you to do a swinging punch. This is your classic bar fight punch. Block the punch, intercept the punch, and come in behind the palm. One more. There, yeah. Okay? All right. Yeah. All right, guys. So you have to take it in turns. Yeah. 2 people training, 1 observing. Okay, off you go. Aim right on the tip of her nose with the base of your palm there. That's it, yeah. Unfortunately, it maybe feels uncomfortable because you're too nice to want to hit somebody. Yeah, but just you got to kind of suspend that niceness just for a few minutes while you practice. Yeah, go on. Okay, guys. So there are trained fighters and there are untrained fighters. Trained fighters are more likely to throw a straight punch. Yeah. Untrained fighters are likely to kind of windmill around like this. But the reality is that most trained fighters fall apart in a real fight situation and start to windmill. They've got to be very experienced to hold it together if it really kicks off. Yeah. So, although there's a lot of trained fighters around, most of them just forget martial arts and start flailing if it really gets nasty. Now this is your classic untrained punch. Yeah. Here, swinging around. And all you need to do, swing, get inside it. Yeah. Get inside the arm and be quick with that. Yeah. You can raise the question, well, what about the other hand? What about if he follows up with the other hand? One, you've got to get in fast before that hand is going to hit you. Yeah. Priska, can you do like 1, 2, swing one, then the other one? That's it. That goes in first.
Yes,
that goes in
I
first.
couldn't
You got to whack someone, and you want to knock them right back so that you take the power out of the second punch. Yeah. Okay. Let's try it. You can put the pads down for a moment. Yeah. Block and palm. Yeah. Okay, have you changed over? Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, so This is kind of diverging off the lesson plan a little bit, but if you want to actually make this work, you got to do it like you mean it. Yeah. You've got to do it like you mean it. If you stand there and go, well, you're getting the movement conditioned, but you're not training the mindset that you're going to need if you're going to actually defend yourself. You've got to do it like you mean it. Yeah. Kyle, you just throw a punch. You've got to hit him like you mean it. Yeah. You stop short, but you hit him like you mean it. Yeah. Just a little bit more education on these strikes. Yeah, this type of strike. If you check out the unarmed combat drills that they use in the military, the unarmed combat US Army, British Army, they always favour palm strikes so the knuckles don't break. Yeah. It's the same for the police, including the military police. Yeah. These guys have got to deal with real situations on a regular basis. Yeah. So the training drills have to work. They all train this. Yeah. Professionals don't train to punch the head because you break your knuckles. Yeah. If you're a soldier, once you've got a broken hand, you can't handle a gun. Yeah. No army needs a soldier that can't handle a gun. Yeah. You break your fist, it's going to hurt to punch again. You don't want to punch again. Don't risk breaking the fist if you can help it. So you try to avoid punching the head, palm into the head. Okay, you done with that one, or do you want to do a little bit more?
Yeah, we're done.
You're done, okay. The next one, we're going to come around from the side. Yeah. Strike someone just behind the ear. There. This is if you're kind of getting up close. Yeah. You're close in and you can't get power into this. Come round behind. Yeah. There. Yeah. Really stuns somebody. Goes into the brain again. You won't break a fist. It's there. This bit just behind the ear. There. Dimitri, you come over here. Yeah. There. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There. Yeah. There. Okay. We'll try it on the pads the first, so pick the pads up. Okay. I'd try it off the front foot if I were you. Off the front. There you go. There you go. Yeah, fingers pointing more forward. Use legs, hips, waist. Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of movement from the shoulder. Relax. Let your energy flow down and then hit the pad. Yeah, flow down. Fingers a bit more forward. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Pushing in. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a hook. Yeah, yeah. Go right through. Go right through. Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah. Move back a little bit. Watch. Yeah. There. Project right through. Yeah. Don't stop when you hit the pad.
So this doesn't come back like the straight one?
No, because it's not a straight strike. It's a sideways strike. It's arcing in from the side. There. Yeah. Straight side. Waist turn, circular movement. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay. So we're going to switch to chop. Yeah, here. This chop is an efficient way to break the collarbone. There. The collarbone sticks out here. That's the collarbone. Okay. And it breaks easy. And the pressure coming forward and slightly down is efficient to break the collarbone. So the chop comes forward and then the wrist bends. So there's a slight downward element to it. There. 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 That way. Now, for your application, you need to scale the level of your reaction according to the situation, how dangerous it is. This is not one of the most dangerous techniques, but it does hurt and does make it more difficult for someone to use their arm because it hurts every time they move the arm when you've got a broken bone there. So if you want to give somebody a bit of a warning shot before you really hurt them, then that chop against the collarbone is pretty good. There, from the point of view of people watching, there's no blood. You don't see somebody obviously injured. The person can feel it hurts, but there's nothing visible there. And since you haven't hit the head, it doesn't look as if you've been too aggressive. So it's a kind of low to mid-level technique. It's not too aggressive, no blood. So it's a useful one to have. It's difficult to put it on in the middle of a fight. This is an opener. This is an opening move. Use it when it's not expected. So we'll practice it first on the pads. Could you hold a pad up for me? There you go. There. Same principles apply. Your feet are firm base. Use your whole body. Legs, waist, arm, that way. Okay, we'll take a look. I think we'll maybe put it a bit more like that angle. Let's take a look.
Do you want the front leg?
It's probably better, yeah.
Yes.
That's okay. So a little bit of a bend of the wrist at the end gives more energy. There, like that at the end, yeah. That's good. That's good. Now the next thing, try to feel quite comfortable when you're doing it. Just relax. Whack. Don't think too much about it. The more you think about it, the more you hold back your strength. We want it to just come out really naturally. Come on, again. Yeah, that was good. See? Excellent. Try changing either so you use the other arm, or have you done it already? Yeah. Okay, change your side of the pad then. A little bit more. There. Yeah. Off you go. spine nice and straight. The straighter the spine, the straighter the axle you're pivoting around. Go on, have another go. Yeah, a little bit higher. Okay. Okay, guys, relax. We got any questions at the moment? Okay. Then, gonna have a little go at a punch in to the solar plexus. Punch the solar plexus. Now, okay, I've been saying don't punch the head because the knuckles break. The dome of the skull is the hardest part of your body. This is the hardest part of the body. It's actually the most difficult bone to break. That's because it's protecting the most delicate organ that's inside. Nobody breaks their knuckles punching the solar plexus. Yeah. That's safe. Just got to make sure your wrist is strong enough that it doesn't cave in when you hit. So, use your thing, legs, hips, waist, and we're going to keep the arm fairly tight in to the body and punch this way. The force should transmit down the forearm straight into the target there. You can't hit that way or that way. So the elbow directly behind the fist in the line of travel. Dimitri, can you hold a pad up for me? Just that way, yeah. There's the solar plexus. Okay, let's give it a try. For this punch we're practicing here, we're not going to straighten the arm. Keep the arm bent. Lots of turn from the waist. Really the power's coming from the legs and waist. And it's that kind of, yeah, like that, yeah. Yeah. Okay, switch on. Once again, not coming across. This is a straightforward type action. Yeah. out there. Yeah. Not coming too up. It's an inwards punch we're doing at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. That's better. That's much better. Okay, guys, I think we're done. Put the pads down, we'll have a little go at applying that. So we've done a counter to a swinging punch with the straight palm. This wouldn't be a good counter because if you throw the swinging punch, if I'm there, the too open to an attack above. Yeah, that's why I want the hand up. On the other hand, if you throw a straight attack, you can come under there. This is going to hit the floating ribs, not the solar plexus, because of the angle I'm coming in at. But that's fine, because it will still break the floating ribs in, and that's really effective. That can stop somebody. So I see the punch come there. I want to be controlling this arm, particularly because it's then getting in the way of that one. Yeah, I still don't want to hang around even afterwards, but do one more. There, yeah. Head ducking down out of the way. Punch the floating ribs there. Okay. All right, guys, give it a little try. Come round, help out. Okay, we're coming from the outside. That's it. Yeah, yeah. That's great. And I twist the fist slightly this way. That's it there. Okay, guys, take a break for a moment and then we'll do a little bit more of this. I want you to come around for a minute. So, your techniques will seldom be effective if you're off balance. If you're losing your balance, you can't really get much leverage into a strike. You don't feel comfortable. You tend to be panicking. That's why we spend so much time on footwork, getting sunk, balanced and stable. So starting on that sunk, balanced, stable footwork, body movement. Plenty body movement, and the power, the energy comes from the body movement. Yeah. This kind of thing. You got so much muscle in your legs, your hips, your torso. Yeah. That's where most of your muscle is. It's not that much in the arms, really. That it's silly not to use all that muscle, all that power from the body movement. If we do this, you can just see that there's no real power in there, even if you try hard. Yeah. Not compared to this using the body. Yeah. And also, if you do move another move, there's a pause. And that pause is when the other guy gets a chance to react. Yeah. And we don't want to give him a chance to react. So you just do it. It's like one fluid movement with no break. And there's no easy chance to react. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's unbeatable, but it's much harder to counter smooth technique. Yeah. So just very relaxed, Carl. You just throw one punch in there. Yeah. Trying to get right in. Oh. Yeah. Move. If you need to shuffle forward. Can we do it in slow motion? Yeah. If you want to shuffle in, that's good because you're getting into a safer zone here. You know, there, that's more vulnerable to that. If I'm tucking in here, yeah, then it's harder for him to do anything with the other hand. And I've still got the control there. So let's try to work on smoothness and fluidity. Yeah. Carry on, guys. Let's have another look. Yeah. So you can't do the block and the punch at exactly the same time. You've got to turn the body one way, then turn it back the other way. Turn it one way, turn it back the other way. Yeah, yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Yes.
So, a little bit of advice. If you're going to do this shuffle, finish the shuffle, then do the punch. If you're trying to move and punch at the same time, then you're not really planted, you're not grounded when you punch, and then the punch doesn't really have the power. So, so you just throw your punch. Land, and then from that stable base, do your punch. Yeah. Give that a little try.
Relaxing the hands.
And on the, okay, as you turn here, this, okay, do the punch. As I turn there, that's pulling this shoulder back. Yeah. So that shoulder's back, so it can now come forward behind the punch. So the way the body movement works, relax. Here, my left shoulder's got to come back. So there, the right shoulder can come forward. Yeah. So we got that one way, then the other movement of the waist. That way. Yeah. Give it a try. One more point. Yeah. Sorry, I'm probably giving too much information. Take it across. If we're going to come under, once more. Take that across and come under. If you push it down, it's going to get in the way of that punch. We want to make that hole down there to go through. Yeah.
So I need to turn it. The mic is.
Yeah. Might have to invest in a different shirt. Let's have another look.
I have noticed that
Yeah.
no matter what arm strikes, I either block with this one or block with the
Okay, so show me the upper block.
upper block.
That's the inner. That's an inner block. That's the one I was showing you. Now the other one.
Upper block is
Punch with the other side. Punch with the other side. Yeah. We'll talk about that at the tea break. Talk about it at the tea break. Just practice a few more. Let me take a look. Yeah. Soles of the feet on the floor. Sink your weight down. Bring the power up from your feet. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so again, Priska, you've got to let your left shoulder come back so that you can turn the shoulder in to the technique. Yeah, we actually want to turn the body kind of one way and the other so that you get that movement of the waist. Yeah.
Okay.
Give it a little try. Yeah, that's much better. I think you're getting a wee bit too close. So we want the fist to have a reasonable distance of travel. If you punch, yeah. Now if I go right up close, I've only got a little short range. So I don't want to be quite that close. Back from there is going to get more power. I don't have to close in quite so much.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys, relax. Okay, any questions at the moment? No? Okay. So we'll try a slightly more, a significantly more dangerous technique. I want to actually just interested how you react to these. So we've got to be very careful if we're going to use techniques on people that we don't get into too much trouble. Yeah. If you have a technique that's not too aggressive, like the strike on a collarbone, it's not going to straight away stop a very, very aggressive attack. Yeah. But if you use a technique that's too lethal, and you didn't really need to, you can get into a lot of trouble. Yeah. This one is kind of high-level response. You're going to practice to do this, and you come in and you hit with this bony part of the hand against somebody's larynx. Yeah. You strike into the larynx, the Adam's apple. Yeah. Here, and then grip the neck and try to kind of grasp around the larynx, the Adam's apple. Yeah. And we want to do it with enough force to really knock somebody back, knock them off their feet so they're off balance and you got them by the throat. Like I say, don't do it unless you're prepared to accept the consequences of possibly killing somebody. What we're going to do is a good way to practice this. I want you to take one of these pipes. That's one of the lighter ones. Give that. So you want one each. One each. Yeah. Take one each, guys. Take this one. Okay. Now I want you to watch what I do. Try not to drop them. Yeah. I'm not entirely convinced they're not breakable. Throw it up. Come through. 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 And when you hit, you've got to drive through, drive forwards. Okay, enough. Put them back. And we practice with a partner, but you better take it reasonably gently. Do a swinging punch there, yeah? Except you'd really want to, hit through, like you're throwing a punch, but you go straight into that. And we're doing it with control. Again, one more. There, yeah. And you'd grip in there. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah.
I saw a video that
Yeah.
this technique could actually like rip someone throat.
Hold on, guys. Yeah. It's a good question. Can you actually rip somebody's throat out? Almost certainly not. Yeah, almost certainly not. If you watch the film Roadhouse, at the end, he kind of rips a guy's throat right out. The skin is incredibly tough. You can't just hold on to somebody and rip bits out of them. Yeah. Not unless you're maybe a werewolf or something. It's not, it doesn't happen. But it doesn't matter. If you really crush their larynx in, then they're going to die anyway. Also, when you grip, here, you have the carotid arteries. The carotid arteries carry blood to the brain. You squeeze those arteries, you've got to squeeze them hard. Less than 9 seconds, they'll black out. Yeah, less than 9 seconds. If you just concentrate on gripping the larynx, if you can more or less close your fingers behind the larynx, then you'll snap a little bit of cartilage at the back that will then block off the windpipe. So that's the end. Yeah. Now this is quite dangerous. So you've got to be not to use it unless it's the most kind of life-threatening situation. Yeah. Just that whack in, that's going to really upset somebody. Yeah. So don't do it too hard on your partner. Okay.
So I had a question about
Yeah.
it. When we train like that, do we want to do the sunken face, or do we want to let them feel? Because my reflex is to just.
That's it. It's good to do that. It's good to grip the neck. That's the counter against the squeeze, is that you grip the muscles and drop the chin down. Yeah. There, you're vulnerable. There, you're more defended. Yeah. Not 100% guarantee of success, but that's a better defend against that. Yeah. When it comes in, even if your chin's down, you can still get hit. That's why you do that rather than punching the throat. The punch just gets blocked by a chin being down. That doesn't. Yeah. But the grip, that can be countered by squeezing the muscles. You've got to be fast, yeah. That's why you practice it a lot, so that it comes instinctively, yeah.
So do we do it when we train, or do we want?
Yes, do it when you train so you get used to the defense, yeah. And actually, if you hit in, the fingers and the thumb are going to push back onto the neck. They're more over the arteries. You have to pull them forward a bit to get behind the larynx. That's behind the larynx. And they'll start off there. And if you squeeze from there, you can get the arteries. The arteries are about there and there. But you won't be coming in behind the larynx. You've got to pull them out a bit to get behind the larynx. You got it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Give it a try on your partner.
Are we doing a block?
Larynx.
L-A-R-Y-X.
Oh, it's got a spelling test. L-A-R-Y.
Larynx. Cool.
X, I think. Larynx. L-A-R-Y-N. It must be an X, yeah. Yeah.
Check it later.
It's the Adam's apple, the voice
Adam's apple.
box. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? No. So this is part of the unarmed combat training for the US Ranger Service. This is one of the US Special Forces. Yeah. And I really don't think they teach these guys techniques that don't work. If you don't see this kind of thing in MMA or boxing, it's because it's totally illegal in those sports. And it's totally illegal because it kills people. And that causes all sorts of insurance problems for the promoters. So the insurers won't allow any lethal techniques in the sport martial arts. But then you've got to make your mind up. Do you want to do a sport martial art, or do you want to do something for emergency self-defense? Yeah, it's a totally different strategy. Okay. I think almost ready for the tea break. Maybe we'll just do one last technique. Palm this way, and we're going to try to get it onto the brainstem. Yeah. Now, that one really will floor somebody. Yeah. There. Let's try on the pads the first. This is longer range than what we did earlier. Yeah. Swiping round. And can you hold the pad up for me? Yeah, there. We're going to do it this way. Yeah. That way. That, if you apply it there, yeah, that's going to cause brain damage. Yeah. There. Just at where the neck meets the skull. Yeah. Try it on a pad the first.
So what's the difference, the technical difference between here and here? It's just the way of your body is facing.
In terms of how you hit it, or what effect there is when you hit it.
No,
How
because
you
it
hit
feels
it.
exactly the same movement.
For striking here, I was teaching you a short movement, kind of like a hook in boxing, where it's really coming from legs and waist, and we're quite tight there. So, I mean, if we're right up close here, and I can kind of come over the top, then it's there. Yeah. If you duck this punch, slip the punch there, yeah, you can come in and get it. Now we're doing a longer. That's going to get more power. Yeah. So if I can approach from behind and hit you there, yeah, it should end it quite fast. Yeah.
So it's more how the energy is going to move, because on the long one you can extend behind and
Longer arm, more use of the pectoral muscle on the shoulder. Here, you're still using the legs, the hips and the waist, but you're closing in there, like that, and you can straighten out the elbow rather than keeping the elbow bent. So It's actually a more powerful movement, but it needs more range.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, give it a quick try. Not pulling back in towards yourself, kind of coming out this way. Keep it at a distance, not pulling back. So keep turning your waist and just come right through the target, right through. Yeah. So, hold on. At the moment, your hand is kind of sliding across the pad instead of all the force going directly into the pad. So, there, yeah. I'm going through, yeah, not kind of sliding across. Yeah. I'll come back. Okay, guys, so I think that's good for now. We will take our little tea break and then do some stretching. Yeah, so well done. Put the pads back for now. Oh, yeah. That's me forgetting. Here we go. Bow. Okay, well done, guys.
Я хотел сделать так, что один как бы на ведущем висит микрофон, а вот этот в поле как бы лежит, его удобно брать, его не надо там ничего вот это вот делать.
А вот эта штука, она не сильно выглядит.
Нет, что, ну чувствительно. Я специально там сделал такой режим. Слышишь же птичек, как слышно?
Да.
Что делать второй такой? Ну, сейчас идет.
А, ну, можно на стол положить?
Okay, so grab some tea. Yeah.
Is tomorrow still a Songkran
Yeah,
celebration?
yeah,
Ah.
yeah. So the water festival supposed to be 3 days. Supposed to be. It was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but because Sunday is off for a lot of people, a day off anyway, they have a extra public holiday on Wednesday. So tomorrow is still going to be Songkran, but if everybody's having a good time, then they don't really see the need to stop. So they could still be throwing water next week if it's all too much fun. Yeah. But the tomorrow is also a public holiday, and then stuff opens on Thursday. Yeah. So we'll have a few kind of questions and answers while we have tea. Yeah. So you're saying that you naturally want to block inwards when you block with the left and outwards when you block with the right.
In order to hit with the right hand, because it's like right-handed person.
So a useful thing to remember most of the best fighters tend to use one technique and then they're just very, very, very good at using it, and they use it all the time. If you think about boxers, most of the great boxers, they're famous for one punch. They have one punch that they're particularly famous for. They might have a really strong left hook, or they might have a really good kind of shovel punch into the diaphragm. Sonny Liston was famous for the power of his jab. He knocked people out with his jab. You know, on the kind of street fighting guys, they may be really good at a throw. They may be really good at a slap. But they generally have one technique that they favour and they're really good at. Now, you don't have to be good at all the techniques. We don't just teach you one technique, because you've got to find the techniques that suit you, suit your body, and that you like. You study martial arts, and it goes for really all martial arts, and you're going to get taught a lot of techniques. If you have to kind of adapt so that you're getting into real fight situations, you've got to narrow it down to a small number of techniques. Because when the moment comes, you can't be thinking about what technique you're going to use. You don't have time. You've got to just go. And the guys that favour the same technique all the time, they know they're going to use that one and they just go with it. Yeah. Jeff Thompson was very famous for his left hook, and he wrote books, did all sorts of seminars and courses, and all he did really was a left hook. Yeah. Lee Chapman was one of the most effective doormen in the UK. He favoured a judo throw. He just picked people up, however big they were, and drop on them. So if you find that you instinctively use certain techniques, that's not a bad thing. It's actually much better than having to think about what you're going to do. Because by the time you've thought about it, it's too late. It really is quite okay to just keep using a small number of techniques that you really favour. Anybody have any other questions? Let's see if we got any questions in the chat.
No questions for the last day, last afternoon?
You said you had so many.
Not there yet. I was just getting in the tune and leaving.
Yeah, 1 week is short. Seen that before.
Can't take a nip before.
No, the vein. I never seen them before. It's since a few months.
That was strange.
Okay. Well, I think we'll get going with the stretching. So just finish off your tea.
when you see them there, it looks so big, but they're so they look bigger there. Look like a zoom.
This what?
The
This what?
clouds.
Ah, clouds. I thought about cats.
Maybe there was
Cats.
cats in clouds.
Yeah, yeah. Well, definitely a couple of them. Look like cats.
Yeah, clouds always look like cats anyway. Fluffy and cute.
Okay. We ready?
Yeah.
Here we go then. Okay. Oh, we lost Dimitri for the moment. Okay. Here we go then, guys. Bow, and we're going to stretch jog. And knee lifting. To the side. Kick up to the back. And jog. Okay, knee rotation. And the other way around. Change sides. And the other way. Now, and by your ear, knee lifting, touch your arm, bring the knee high as you can. And the other side. Elbow out to the side, now lifting up to the side, touching the arm. And the other side. And relax. Lock your fingers, stretch high. And fold forwards. Try pulling yourself a little bit in towards your legs. And stand. Now, hands out to the sides, and we'll do the front leg lifts. Swinging the leg straight up, gently stretching the back of the leg. And the other side. And hand out to the side, circling your leg around, slapping your hand. And the other side. And relax, keep the hand there. Opposite leg, swinging the other way around, swinging inwards. Slap with the sole of the foot. And the other way around. And relax. Over to the wall. And rest your hand on the wall. Side leg lift, sole of the foot pointing down. Reach up to the side. Stretch it right up. And the other side. And relax, face in, and raise your leg up in front, up and down. And the other side. relax. Leg up to the side. Raise it as high as you can, up and down. And the other side. And now up to the back. Lift up to the back. And the other side. And relax. Okay, take your pad. And place it on the wall. And now, foot on the pad. And we're going to lean down towards the straight leg. Keep relaxed. And as you relax your leg, you'll find that you can bend further and further down, and then shoulder towards your foot. And change sides. And relax. Okay, now sideways. And keep the leg in a side kick position. Bend over. And now change sides. And relax. Okay. Okay, so we'll sit with the feet straight out in front and fold forwards. You go into the stretch slowly. And it's always best to pull your toes inwards towards your head. That's very good, relax. Okay, now one leg. crossed over the other, and fold forwards. And change sides. And relax. Good. So now we'll bring the feet 90 degrees apart. 90 degrees apart. Not too wide, just about right angles like a corner. And turn to face one foot. Lean down onto your leg. That's great. And change sides. relax. Yeah. Now, straight forward between the two legs. Move slowly into your stretch. Concentrate on relaxing as you move forwards. And relax. Feet together now. And press your knees down towards the floor. Push the knees down towards the floor. And lift your head high. Raise your head up as high as you can. Now, fold forwards from your hips. Fold forwards from your hips. Try to keep stretching your back straight, especially the lower part of the back down towards the hips. And relax. Now, bring your knees apart. And hips directly between the two knees. Relax completely. Drop your hips down. Relax and drop your hips down. And try pushing your hips backwards. As you push the hips back, it will intensify the stretch. And relax. And rest for a moment. Now spread your feet apart and sit with your feet apart. Head up. Raise your head up. And chest forwards. And now gently lean your body forwards. And straighten up again. Now, bring your feet a little wider. And lean across to one side. And now the other side. Change sides and lean forwards down towards your leg. And the other side. relax, feet wider again. Raise your head up and then bend forward again. And relax. And relax. Okay. And stand. Reach high. Push up. Lift your fingertips and then bend your back. Now lunge position, one foot in front of the other. Push your hips forward, reach high, stretch high, bend back. Turn sideways on and reach back, reach towards your heel. And change sides. Push the hips forward, facing the front, square to the front. Stretch high and bend. Straighten up, turn to the side, reach back, stretch. Reach your toes down towards your heel. And relax. Okay. And kneel. Sit down into the kneeling position. And we'll prepare for the last stretch. Relax your body as thoroughly as you can. Try to calm your breath. As you start to breathe calmly, the mind will settle and become more clear, and the body will relax. Because when your breath becomes calm and relaxed, the body and the mind, they have to follow. Try to think relaxation right through your body. And now extend one leg out to the front. So we'll start off with weight on the knee of the back leg and the heel of the front leg. And take a few moments to adjust and to relax. Try to keep your breath as relaxed as possible. Breathe relaxed. And then gradually sink further down into your stretch. Now the muscles that you're stretching, grip them tight. Hold and then let go. Breathe out, relax, and try to sink further down into your stretch. Bring your leg back and rest. Relax it a little bit more. And we'll repeat that a second time. Leg forward. And drop down. And just relax. Drop yourself down. And now back again. Once again, try to connect your mind with your body. Spread your mind through your body. And try to spread relaxation Now left foot forwards, or the other foot to what you used before. And sink down. You can take a little time to sink into the stretch. Sink down, drop down. Back. Relax the leg for a few moments. And now slide forwards again. Remember, all you got to do is relax the legs, and gravity will do the rest. Gravity will pull you down into your stretch. So just focus on relaxing. Move naturally, drop naturally. Try to sink down as far as you can. And back. And remember, the progress comes slowly. But if you get just a little bit more flexible each time, then as time goes by, the flexibility increases and increases till you get a good result. Okay, that'll do us for today. Stand. Yeah. And bow. Okay, well done guys, well done. So, we're going to log off now. Thanks to everybody who's been watching us. We're practicing Kung Fu in the mountains of Thailand's very northwest, up in what used to be the Golden Triangle. And we live here, eat here, train here. And this is our life. So if you're interested in finding more about us, take a look at our website, kungfuretreat.com, or have a look through our YouTube channel. We're going to take a rest day tomorrow. We'll actually be back again on Friday. So Thanks for joining us. Sorry.